Hello everybody and welcome to Sophie's Sweets Academy. Today I'm going to show you how to make my most favorite cake of all time, and it is the Tres Leches cake. The sponge cake is actually called hot milk sponge cake, and later on you'll know why. The ingredients you'll need are a cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 eggs, a cup of white sugar, half a cup of milk, and 2 tablespoons of butter. There's many other types of sponge cakes, however, I find this to be the easiest and most simplest to make. Start by pouring the milk into a pot along with the butter. Keep the heat on low because you just want the butter to melt. In a large mixing bowl, beat eggs for 4 minutes with an electric mixer. This is set to a medium-high speed. Slowly add your sugar and beat for 5 more minutes. The eggs will start turning light and fluffy. In total, the egg mixture will mix for 8 to 9 minutes. Your egg mixture will look like this. Next, sift your dry ingredients. Now add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. Mix on low speed and add gradually. And let's check back on our hot milk mixture, and this is exactly what it's supposed to be. You don't want anything to boil, you just want the butter to melt. Now slowly, very slowly, add the hot milk mixture into the mix. If you add it all at once, you'll probably have scrambled eggs, so you want to really go slow. The speed on the mixer is set to the lowest speed. Don't forget to scrape down the sides. And mix for 10 more seconds. You don't want to overmix this because your sponge cake will be flat. Next, grease your baking trays. These were 6-inch mini loaf pans. This batter made enough for 3 small baking trays. They didn't fill all the way, but remember, you still have to add the frosting, the fruit, and the lid. So don't try to bake too much cake into these trays. Bake in a 350-degree oven until cake is golden and a toothpick inserted in the center of the cake comes out clean, about 30 to 40 minutes. And these are perfect! For the Tres Leches mixture, you'll need 2 cups of whole milk, 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, and 1 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. You'll probably have mixture left over for the amount of cake we did. It's okay, you can store it in the fridge for about a week. Combine all the leches into a bowl, then put it in the microwave for 40 seconds so that everything is able to combine well. And mix. Poke holes into the bread so that the mixture easily goes through it. Time to pour the mixture. In total, I soaked the breads 4 times. You want to wait until the mixture is completely soaked in for you to coat it the second time and the third time and the fourth time. You also have to leave the breads in the fridge overnight for them to completely soak in the fluid. To make the whipped cream frosting, I use a cup of heavy whipping cream, a tablespoon of instant vanilla jello pudding, and this is the secret ingredient to make sure that the frosting is nice and stable, and then 1 cup of powdered sugar. And just as a reminder, the heavy whipping cream has to be really cold for this frosting to work. Not frozen, just cold. Start by beating the heavy whipping cream on high. And slowly add your sugar, as well as your pudding mix. After about 4 to 5 minutes, your frosting will thicken and double in volume. The whole point of beating it on high is so that air can get into it and make it stable. If you beat it for too long, the pudding will cause the opposite effect and stable for piping. Think of it as adding air into a balloon. Eventually the balloon would pop, so that's kind of the idea. You know you're done mixing when really stiff peaks form. And time to pipe. This frosting is really light, so if you don't have any piping bags like I did, I ran out, you can use a Ziploc bag. However, I don't recommend doing this with buttercream because buttercream is too thick and eventually it'll rip a hole through the bag. Finish by topping them with fresh fruit or cinnamon or cookie crumbs, anything you think will be good. And we are done. I really hope you make these. These are delicious and my all-time favorite. Stay tuned for the next Whip It Wednesday recipe, in which I will be going to take you into a little taste of Brazil. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye.